Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to start the experiments related to the photosynthesis chapter. This experiment proves that carbon dioxide is essential or necessary for photosynthesis. It is also called as Moll's half-leaf experiment because this experiment was performed by Moll's, name of the scientist. Procedure is take a leaf from a destarched plant and keep it in the darkness for 48 hours. Now insert half of this leaf in a wide mouth bottle containing potassium hydroxide solution with the help of a split cork. Now this is the wide mouth bottle, and here half of the leaf is inside the bottle, and this bottle is containing the KOH solution. Now beforehand only I am telling that this KOH which is present inside the bottle, it will absorb the carbon dioxide present inside the bottle here, and ultimately if it will be taken for the starch test, this portion will give the negative starch test and this portion will give the positive starch test. Dip the cut end of the petiole in a beaker containing water as shown. This is the petiole and its one end is kept in the beaker. Keep this set up for about 6 hours in the sunlight. Now after that this apparatus will be kept in the sunlight. Perform iodine test for the presence of starch with the leaf. Now it will be observed that, as I had already told, half of the leaf which is out of the bottle turns blue-black or the blue with iodine, whereas the half of the leaf which is inside the bottle does not show any change in the color with the iodine solution. So here this test negative for the starch, so it is brown, and this test positive with this positive for the starch, so it will turn blue. So here in your board examination, either they will give you the diagrammatic representation, or they may ask what is the aim of the experiment, or certain questions can be asked related to the apparatus, or why the half of the leaf is inside the wide mouth bottle and why this end is kept in the water. Then after that, what will be the inference of the experiment. So in the observation you will write this portion, this thing, whatever is written over here. Now inference is altogether different, because most of the students I had seen that they write the inference or observation different and inference different. Here in the inference you will write the part of the leaf inserted in the bottle does not get carbon dioxide. Here you are going to tell that what will you observe regarding with the with iodine, that color change you may write. But here you have to mention that the leaf inserted in the bottle does not get carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide in the air of bottle is absorbed by the KOH. Therefore there is no photosynthesis and starch formation, and ultimately the part of the leaf out of the bottle synthesizes the starch due to photosynthesis, and the only difference in the two halves of leaf is that of availability of carbon dioxide. This portion is not getting the carbon dioxide and this portion is getting the carbon dioxide. So the difference is this only. So that is why it is concluded that, or it is inferred that, the carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis. Now here the another experiment is this one, to prove that the carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Here again this experiment is taken. So here in this case, take two destarched potted plant. Two destarched potted plants are taken and they are kept under the apparatus. Now cover both the plants with bell jar as shown here in A and B. This is the bell jar. One plant will be kept here in this bell jar and another plant will be kept here in this bell jar. Here you can see that here there is a sodium bicarbonate and here there is a NaOH. A principle behind this already beforehand I am telling. Sodium bicarbonate after dissociation will produce carbon dioxide. So this plant will get carbon dioxide. This NaOH is kept over here. Here the carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the NaOH. So here this will prove for the positive starch test and this will prove for the negative starch test. So ultimately this suggests that carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Now you come back towards the experiment. Inside the setup A, keep sodium bicarbonate as the sodium bicarbonate will produce carbon dioxide. Whereas inside the setup B, keep NaOH, that is a caustic soda, it will absorb carbon dioxide. Keep both the setups in the sunlight for at least 8 hours or 6 hours also it can be kept. Then after that perform the starch test on both the plants. Now here the observation is that it is observed that leaf from the plant in which sodium bicarbonate has been placed give positive starch test, whereas the leaf from the plant in which soda lime has been kept fails to give the starch test. Plant in the setup A gets carbon dioxide where B does not get carbon dioxide. It means that carbon dioxide is must for photosynthesis. The third is to demonstrate that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Here take a plant with destarched leaves. How destarching is done before only I have told. Cover one of the leaves with black paper or which a design is cut. Here you can see here there is a design made and this is the black paper. Now what will happen, keep the plant with fixed light screen for about 6 hours. Perform the starch test. Here there is a black paper and in the light screen it is placed. Now after that observation, it is observed that middle portion of the leaf in which design star is made as well as the parts which were left over uncovered by the paper allows the light to enter, so it will give the positive starch test. So this shows that the light is necessary for photosynthesis. Here you can see that this is the blue black positive starch test and this is the brown which is the negative test, because here the screen and the black paper was kept and this will show the blue black coloration. Next experiment is to prove that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Here take a plant with the variegated leaves. Children, variegated leaves are those which are not totally green in color. They are colored leaves. So they are called as variegated leaves. Destarch the plant by keeping it in devoid of sunlight or in the cupboard or in the closed place about for 48 hours. Expose the plant to the sunlight for few hours and here in this case it is kept for few hours in the sunlight. Detach a leaf from the plant and draw its diagram or draw its diagram for paper marking and distribution of chlorophyll, that where the chlorophyll is there in the non-green area. Here you can say that this is the pale yellow portion, it lacks chlorophyll, and this is a green portion, it has the chlorophyll. So ultimately non-chlorophyllous patches remain brown with the iodine solution, these non-chlorophyllous, whereas the chlorophyllous patches with blue black color they will give with the iodine. So here you can say that this portion observation, the areas which were having the green patches on the leaf show the positive starch test, whereas where there is no green patches, they will show the negative starch test. So inference is that photosynthesis takes place only in green patches because of the presence of chlorophyll, and the pale yellow patches do not perform photosynthesis because there is no chlorophyll. So ultimately this can be concluded that the chlorophyll is essential for the process of photosynthesis. Now experiment number 5. Here to prove that oxygen is evolved in photosynthesis. A beaker is taken, and inside the beaker the hydrilla twigs are inserted. Hydrilla is an aquatic plant. This is the short stemmed funnel. Now this is the test tube. It is filled with the water. It is inverted over the funnel, and ultimately here you can see that funnel is raised from the bottom. Then because of this plant and water is entering inside, this is the beaker, and here this is the plant, aquatic plant, which is called hydrilla. This is the sunlight. The apparatus is exposed to the sunlight. Now here what will happen, that in the sunlight the photosynthesis will start, and as a result the bubbles will evolve oxygen. This oxygen can be kept here. This vacuum is suggesting the presence of oxygen. These are the bubbles. This is the test tube. This is the sunlight. So ultimately there is an evolution of oxygen, and this proves that oxygen is evolved during the process of photosynthesis. So children, you please go through with that, and you will be able to understand. Here to demonstrate the different wavelength of light have different effects on the rate of photosynthesis. I had told you that red and blue light is the most effective for photosynthesis and green is least. So this principle is utilized over here. Here in the red and blue light the maximum photosynthesis will be there, and here in the green light there will be least photosynthesis. You can say that here the part under red color has the maximum starch, dark blue black color, and with iodine solution blue has lesser starch, and the area covered by green color shows no starch formation, so no blue black color with the iodine solution. So here you can say that photosynthesis takes place in the visible part of wavelength radiations, and different wavelength of light influences the photosynthesis differently. Next is that to prove that starch is produced by the green plants. Here take two well watered potted plant with green leaves. Keep one of the potted plant in the dark to discharge it after, and the other in sunlight for 8 hours. One will be for discharge in the dark and another will be in the sunlight for 8 hours. Detach one leaf from the discharged potted plant and one from the non-discharged. Both the leaves boil the leaves in the water and then place them in methylated spirit or alcohol for 15 minutes. I had told you this earlier that why it is kept. Here you are going to show that starch is produced in the green plant during photosynthesis. Wash the leaves with the water and test it with iodine solution. Now what will happen after that? Here it is given. Okay, what will happen? That the leaves turn colorless when they were kept in methylated spirit or alcohol. After adding iodine solution, the leaf which was taken from the discharged plant die and did not turn blue black, whereas the leaf which is taken from the plant kept in sunlight will turn blue black. So this indicates the presence of starch. Carbon cycle, already you have read in the lower classes what is the carbon cycle, that how the carbon dioxide is used up by the plant, and ultimately when the decomposers are there, these plants and animals they die, and ultimately what will happen, the decomposers they will convert the dead and decaying organic matter into organic one, or ultimately it will reach towards the nature again. So this is the carbon cycle. Food chain examples are food chain, you know that the process of eating and being eaten. So these food chain examples are grass, then grasshopper, then bluebird, then snake, then owl. Okay, so it is like that, that grass is eaten by the grasshopper, then bluebird eats the grasshopper, then ultimately snake eats the bluebird, and the snake is eaten by the owl. So this is a sort of food chain. Okay. uh, then again also these are the examples of food chain. I hope that this chapter is over. Go through with the experiments, and if you find any problem, please ask on my number. Thank you.